Welcome back, Bulldogs. It's senior week, so we'd like to start off by congratulating all of our seniors by finishing strong. We have our last episode of the season next week, including prom and graduation. Let's start off by sharing some stories which might not get a lot of attention at Senn High School. This is our Civics Special. Let's make it count. Don't be afraid to show your true colors. This month is unique because it's Pride Month. At Senn High School, we are like a family. So Senn High School decided to have a cool event called March with Pride. So all the Senn staff and students want to be inclusive by making this event happen this year. This event is taking place June 14th at 4:45 p.m. Be there or be squared. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to contact Dr. Landini or Ms. Zeman with any questions. Their emails will be in the link description below.
A crucial part of being American is the right to protest. Many feel that making their voices heard is their civic duty. Let's turn this over to sophomore Amna Sivac for reporting on the recent pro-Palestinian protests which happened in our city streets.
Palestine will be free! End the occupation now!
Hey Senn TV, it's Amna Sivac. So let's dive right into the topic of Palestine. Recently on social media, whether you've been following it or not, the occupation of Palestinian land performed by Israeli forces along with their government has been getting loads and loads of amounts of attention.
The occupation's got to go! Free Palestine!
For context, over the last 70 years post-Holocaust, Israel has been occupying and colonizing Palestine's land. The Israeli government has basically decided to allow its settlers to forcefully move into Palestinian homes, displacing families in the process, which could be considered a war crime in itself. In response to peaceful Palestinian protests being held, Israeli forces have been attacking and shooting innocent Palestinian citizens, a handful of those which were young children. In Chicago already, there have been a handful of rallies and protests being held for Palestine. 2 of those I've actually been to within the last 2.5 weeks or so.
Palestine will be free! The occupation has to go! The occupation has to go!
During these rallies and protests, we listened to a handful of guest speakers, whether that be religious leaders, organization leaders, government officials, etc. We started our 2.5, 3-hour-long march on Michigan Avenue and Ida B. Wells Drive, right in front of Roosevelt University. We marched through the streets of Chicago, chanting as one in solidarity for Palestine. And personally, it felt so powerful standing up for what's right and showing up to let my Palestinian brothers and sisters know that they are far from alone and that they do, in fact, have a voice. With that being said, if this crisis is or has any sort of importance to you, your family, your friends, etc., and you would like further information on any more rallies and protests being held in the city of Chicago, you can text the letters CJP to the number 1-833-694-0414. That's CJP to 1-833-694-0414. Thank you, everyone.
Hello, Bulldogs. My name is Colin Clark. I'm doing a civics action project in Mr. Gallagher's class. The unique part about this project is you choose a topic you like and spread awareness about it. The topic I'm going to talk about is police brutality. Police brutality has been happening for many years and centuries. My friends that are outside of my race ask me, how do you feel about police brutality? And what would I do if it happened to me? It sucks that people of color have to face police brutality in America. If I got pulled over by the police, I would listen to everything they got to say because I want to see another day. police officers are intimidated by people of color. When you see someone get harassed by a police officer, get your phone out right away. Don't be a bystander, be an upstander. Donald. Police officers would try to hide the evidence from the public. Nowadays, people are starting to record situations and exposing bad cops. For example, like Derek Chauvin, the case, they got him on tape. Everyone had protests and fought for George Floyd. Derek Chauvin was found guilty and he could face up to 4 years in jail. If you do the crime, you gotta do the time. When people don't say stuff about police brutality, it means more violence. If you want change, you gotta use your voice. Don't judge people based on the color of their skin, but by their mind. Thank you, Mr. Galligan, for making me do the Civics Action Project. This project was so unique to me. I got to go to Lori Lightfoot's press conference yesterday and I got to meet her. And I told her, thank you for giving colored people the chance to give interviews to her as the mayor of Chicago.
Domestic violence is a troubling issue which had a deep and lasting impact on far too many Americans. Junior Bethany Nguyen tackled a challenging issue in her civics class with the power of video. Trigger warning, this video discusses a sensitive topic.
Hello, it's Bethany here, and today I will be talking to you about domestic violence. Let's start off with, what is domestic violence? Domestic violence is the occurrence of control and various forms of abuse between a couple or even family. Some root causes of domestic violence is an abusive personality, an abusive past, which is where the perpetrator witnessed and or experienced abuse, discrimination, gender inequality, and etc. The many forms of this issue includes isolation and restricted freedom, intimidation and verbal abuse, sexual abuse, emotional abuse, the use of male privilege, and unwanted outing in same-sex relationships.
Another thing to keep in mind is how many people will think they are guaranteed safety after they escape their abuser. Unfortunately, this is not true. According to research, the victim is often in the most danger directly following the escape of the relationship or when they seek help. 1 out of 5 of homicide victims with restraining orders are murdered within 2 days of obtaining the order. 1/3 are murdered within the first month. If you know anyone who is experiencing abuse in the relationship and/or family, please reach out to your counselors. There are also various resources available out there that you can reach out to and learn more about the issue. The links are provided for you in the description box below. Remember, you are not alone. If anyone deserves a healthy relationship or to become an independent, resilient individual, it's you.
We hope you enjoyed our Civics Special. Don't forget that all of you have the power to change the world. Your voice and your actions can make the world a better place. Until next week, Toots Magoots.